If you've clicked on this video, you are probably wondering, am I actually balding or is it just a mature hairline? How can I know for sure? And the answer is not as obvious as people think. I was in that exact position about 8 years ago. I was already showing signs of hair loss, but I was in denial with a strong case of hair loss. And that denial cost me time I can't get back. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 clear actionable ways to know for sure if you are balding. Tips I wish I knew when I was going through the same. Not guessing, not overthinking, but actually knowing if you're losing your hair. Let's start with the most obvious thing. Look at your family. Is your father bald? Your grandfather? Your uncles? Because if male pattern baldness exists in your family, you are at risk. Simple as that. Now, you've probably heard this. You inherit baldness from your mother's side. That is partially true. There is a gene linked to hair loss on the X chromosome, which you get from your mother. But hair loss is polygenetic, meaning it comes from many genes from both sides. Large studies have identified hundreds of genetic factors. So if your dad is bald, that matters too. If it's in your family, you need to pay attention. But genetics alone doesn't tell you if you are balding right now. What actually matters is this. Are you changing over time? Because hair loss is a process that occurs gradually over time, not in a single moment. So here are 4 tips and signs to tell you if you are actually balding. Number 1, compare yourself with old photos. Go back at least 2 to 3 years. And don't just glance, actually compare. Look at your hairline shape, your temple corners, your crown, and overall density on top. A good trick is to zoom into the same area. Are the temples higher? Is the crown more visible? Does the hair look less dense overall? If you see a clear difference, that's not lightening. That is hair loss progression. Number 2, the Hairpool Test. Take a small section of your hair, around 20 to 30 strands, and pull gently up. Do this in different areas: front, top, crown. If you consistently pull out multiple hairs, like 4, 5, 6 hairs, that can mean you are shedding more than normal. 1 or 2 hairs, normal. Consistently more than that, pay attention. Also, once you pull some of those hairs out, look at them closely. Are they thick and dense hairs? If so, that's a good sign. But if they are thinner than others, slightly discolored, that's another sign of hair loss. Number 3, look at the pattern. This is probably the most important one. Male pattern baldness follows a pattern. It usually starts at the temples, the crown, and then affects density on top. It doesn't happen randomly on the sides or back. This is called the Norwood scale, and you can pause the video and look at the picture to figure out where you are right now. So if you notice your temple slowly going back, your crown getting thinner, or your top losing density, that's a very strong signal, especially if it's happening gradually over time. There's also one sign people don't talk about much: itching. This usually happens when hair loss is a bit more progressed, but in my case, this was very noticeable. When your hair is thinning, your scalp can start to itch a lot, and that's not random. Hair loss, especially androgenetic alopecia, is linked to inflammation in the scalp. Things like DHT, the hormone that causes hair loss, don't just shrink the follicle, they can also create a local inflammatory environment. That can lead to itching, irritation, even a slight burning sensation in some cases. So if you are noticing thinning and your scalp is itching more than usual, that's another sign you shouldn't ignore. Let's talk about my experience. In my case, I saw it clearly in 2 areas: the temples and the crown. The top was thinning too, but I ignored it. I blamed lightning, stress, anything except the obvious. And that delay cost me time. When I finally took it seriously, I kept it simple. I took finasteride 1 mg once a day. That worked wonders for me. 4 years later, I also added Minoxidil and microneedling, which gave me even better results. No magic, just consistency and products that really work. And now my hair is better than when I was 19 years old. I'm 28 now, by the way, which still sounds crazy to me. So if you want certainty, do this. Check your genetics, compare your hair to a few years ago, test for shedding, and look at the pattern. If all those point in the same direction, you have your answer. As a final point, let me tell you something. As someone who went through the same thing, I know it's distressing. You don't need to panic, but you also shouldn't stay in denial, because the earlier you act, the more you can actually do about it. So if you're asking yourself, am I balding? Check properly and be honest about what you see. If you want to see my results month by month with these treatments, click here in this video. Until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Bye.